We train to have mastery of our own mind. Hello everyone, my name is Jai Sugrum and I'm making this post for two reasons. The first is to congratulate all of the finishers on the Empty Mind Meditation Challenge who have been in a really powerful process over the past 3 days, and also to use it as an opportunity to explain how we can use these structured practices or challenges to create a momentous effect, a precipitous effect based on rhythm and repetition that gives us a positive residue from a focused time in deeper awareness. So first of all, a big congratulations to the challengers who just finished 10 meditations over 72 hours. We started on Thursday night and we wrap up on Sunday night. I'd invite you to look at this process similar to running a marathon. You did it in chunks, little chunks. You bit the elephant off a piece at a time. And I designed the challenge as an opportunity to look a little deeper beneath the surface. So I know that some of the work was challenging. For example, focusing on the fear of death and creating some space and peace around this inevitable event can be challenging, but you walk through it nonetheless, and none of that effort is wasted. I encourage you to also use your insights in daily life. You've been journaling in your process, but now think about keeping this positive habit. You won't have to meditate 3 times a day if you don't wish to stay with that practice, but you can sit for 20 minutes every morning. Sitting for 20 minutes in the morning hits the brakes on the programming that the external world sends us, and it allows us to find the emptiness inside. And it's a potential, once we find that emptiness, to be creative, to visualize what our day might be like. It's an opportunity to feel self-love and self-acceptance. It's an opportunity to come into coherence with our own rhythm so that when we face a fluctuation, for example, at work, in our partnerships, any sort of distortion vibrationally on the outside of us, we can meet that with more equanimity, more peace, more poise, and we don't have to respond with the first thing that the external environment triggers in our autonomic nervous system. So this is an opportunity to reflect on the residue. Use the residue, the positive accumulated Shakti or energy inside to stay with a daily practice. You will get so focused, so clear, and so peaceful over time if you stay with what you've built. I want to encourage you to also look at some of the tendencies within you that the practice has brought up and ask yourself, how do I create more peace around these things that disturb my mind? How do I explore sense making around the deepest issues? How do I explore some of my confusion? Use the journal questions and reflect on your insights and think about how you might make adjustments similar to when we adjust ourselves in a yoga posture to feel more freedom and more energy flowing freely. Similarly in life, we can have the architecture of energy and the efficient flow of energy in our relationships and our daily routines. So this is a chance to celebrate also. I would eat a great meal or treat yourself to something for your effort. Maybe get a new book, something that's been on your reading list, but reward yourself for this task. In the yogic cosmology, we call this structured practice a sadhana. And what a sadhana is, it's a conscious spiritual practice that we do to see our own reflection. So you have completed a sadhana. You said you would do something. You committed the time and walked through. You poured the contents of your body and mind through the structure of the practice. Now you get to feel the result of your own effort. But on a more grander scheme, the aim of meditation is to connect what we see. We can see our body, we can see the outside world, we can see the objects of the world. We can connect that with what is underneath, what is animating the world is a sense of spirit, which is inside myself, it's inside Clarice, it's inside everyone that we look at, that we perceive as other, and this spirit is really one being. There's a union underneath each person's mind. Under each mind is a perfect emptiness, and the spirit is the same, and we are connected by that. And this work of sitting with ourselves and accepting the ways that we are not perfect, the ways at which we are quick to point the finger without looking at ourselves. When we see our own condition and the enormous task of disciplining our own mind, compassion dawns. Compassion for the other. Compassion where we can see each other as one family, one tribe, sharing one planet that revolves around the sun. And so this work of coherence is a wonderful byproduct of a personal meditation practice, and it's my hope that we add peace to the world by getting in touch with all the parts of ourselves. And you're invited to continue your practice on your own, or you can train with me daily, Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. to 1:15 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. And on my YouTube channel, I have many free yoga classes that you can stream from the privacy of your own home. This work is done best when no one is looking and when we are using our practice as a place to stand honestly before our own self. So I congratulate you and I thank you for being on the journey of love with me. All of this work points to love. When we learn to sit with our own self, it's a powerful, powerful skill to learn that we're never, ever alone and we're never, ever disconnected from Source.